Thomas Kochuthara, a priest of the Archdiocese of Changanachari, has licence and doctorate degrees from the Catholic University of Leuven, Belgium. His previous publications include Theology of Liberation and Ideology Critique and Dialogue and Liberation. Father Thomas was earlier the rector of St. Ephraim's Theological College, Setna. Currently, he is the director of Cana, St. John Paul II Pontifical Institute, in the Archdiocese of Changanachari, Kerala. He's also the author of a new book entitled Christianity and the Tribal Societies of Northeast India, and he's here in connection with us today to introduce us to his essay. Hi, Thomas. It's a great pleasure to meet you, even in distance.
Thank you. I'm also glad to see you.
Please, tell us something around your book, please. What is it about?
I am happy to speak a few words about my book. It is about the northeastern part of India, about its people, about Christianity's role in its development. This region comprises 7 states. I will say the names of these states: Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, and Arunachal Pradesh. The names may be difficult. This area, covering the sub-Himalayan mountain ranges, has a rough topography dominated by dense forests, towering hills, narrow valleys, torrential rains, recurrent earthquakes. The region has seen waves of immigration from time immemorial, and at present it shelters a multitude of cultures. Except Assam, all the other 6 states are predominantly tribal. There are 166 tribes living in these states, and they speak, it is said, about more than 400 different languages and dialects. The region, its borders, it is bounded on the north by Bhutan and Tibet region of China, on the east and south by Burma or Myanmar, and on the west and south by Bangladesh. And it is connected to the mainland India by a narrow neck of 32 kilometers wide. It is predominantly mountainous. At the same time, it is very rich in forests, in mineral and power resources, and it has great strategic significance, linking India to the east and to the Southeast Asia. It exhibits a plurality of cultures, religions, races, and languages, making it one of the most unique and romantic areas.
Okay, and can you tell us what are the contributions made by Christianity for the development of this region?
Yeah, this area, the people of this place, they were all migrants from other parts of Asia, and they were occupying the hilly mountainous regions, and they were part of India. At the same time, there were several empires from time to time in India, but this part was not having any contact with the mainland. At the same time, in our epics, Mahabharata, Ramayana, etc., these places are mentioned as belonging to the Indian Empire. And which is when the British people came, they started turning their attention to this region. They understood that this is part of India, At the same time, they did not have any contact with them. And they gradually contacted them, but they understood that this area is dangerous. The people are warlike. Therefore, they followed the policy of keeping them in isolation. And this they did by denying any means of communication. There was no road, no railway link, nothing. There was no possibility for anybody to go to these places and the people from the place to come to India. And so they were kept in isolation. But gradually, when the missionaries came from Europe, the government, the British government allowed these missionaries, they encouraged them to go to these people and have contact with them. The missionaries went to these people, they lived with them, they studied their language, and they had good friendship with these people. And as a result, there was a lot of change in these people. There were certain customs among them. One of them is known as head hunting. There were so many tribes, and these tribes were fighting with each other. When one member of a tribe is killed, there will be retaliation. And from the other tribe, they will kill two people. So this was going on. This is known as the practice of head hunting. And this practice came to an end as a result of the work of the missionaries. So it was the missionaries, that is the Christian missionaries, who actually brought about changes in them. And gradually, these missionaries studied their languages. So many languages they were there. So some of the languages they actually created alphabet. Thus in Meghalaya, there is a tribe known as Khasi. They have a language known as Khasi language. And these missionaries actually wrote their words in British alphabet or in the Roman alphabet. And thus it was possible to write and read this language. And these writings were used for teaching the people. And the means of teaching, actually the subject of teaching was actually the Bible. And people have...
Okay, thank you very much, Thomas. Let's leave the rest of this journey to the reader, shall we?
Thank you.
Christianity and the Tribal Societies of Northeast India by Thomas Kochuthara is now available in bookstores and digital platforms, a publication by Europe Books.